So one thing that I had never done before my Tailwheel endorsement that I think you've incorporated into all of your students is fast taxiing.
Yeah.
So what is that and why do you do it?
So I do a few variations, but it's just taxiing at like a higher than, basically taxiing at a speed that wouldn't be safe for taxiing. We do it on the runway. We go to a place with a long runway, 5,000 feet, wherever we can find it. And I start with, when they first get in the plane, after they taxi around the taxiways, I want them to feel how quickly that tail can get out from under them. So I'll go on the runway and we'll stay in the 3-point attitude and I'll just add a little bit of power so they can feel that once you start going faster, you have to be faster in the controls, but you have a lot more control because you have so much air over the tail. And I want them to feel that relationship between airspeed and control over the tail. And once they build that speed up, what we start doing is I work the power, they just work the controls. I give it enough power for that tail to start to come up. So I let them start. We taxi fast enough to get the tail up. And once the tail's up, once the tail's up and you're going fast, you gotta kind of have a lot of control. You got all that wind from the propeller over the tail, you have a lot of control. But then I reduce power. Now you have no air over the tail, but the tail's not on the ground. So you have no tailwheel steering and not really any air over the tail. You barely have any power at all. So now they feel that relationship between air over the tail and control. And then they have to kind of wrangle the plane down. And then once the tailwheel is back on the ground, get the plane back under control. In doing that really prepares the student. For a lot of students do great with the first part of landing. Very quickly they catch on to getting the plane on the ground. Where most ground loops happen is the deceleration phase, where you're on the ground and you're decelerating the plane to a full stop. A lot of people kind of stop flying the airplane. And that's when the ground loop happens. That's when you're losing that airspeed, so you're kind of losing the control a little bit. So that these fast taxis, the speeding up and slowing down and all that really prepares the student for the most critical phases of flight when it comes to tailwheel flying.